So I've just arrived here at the Nou Camp, the home of Barcelona. Now this has really been a dream of mine to always watch Tottenham Hotspur play Barcelona at the Nou Camp. Cannot wait. Waited my whole life for this. So I just hope Tottenham deliver and get 3 Champions League points that we really need. Anyway, just arrived, so just going to walk around this stadium, just have a quick look, quick tour, and just really excited for the game tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. So I'm joined by Melvyn, who is a Spurs fan all the way from Malta. Melvyn, what do you reckon? Are we going to do it?
If we do, it will be great. I don't think we'll lose. I think draw, possibly. Draw or win. I don't think we'll lose. It's too big of a game. I think they'll be up for it. Pochettino will get them fired up.
We've got to win, haven't we?
Yeah. I mean, realistically, we should have been in a better position. I mean, we should have won in Inter. We should have got a better result against PSV. We should be better.
Yeah.
But I guess the occasion in Barcelona, I mean, it's a big game for everyone.
Now I feel really excited. This has been like a real dream for me all my whole life, wanting to see Tottenham play here at the Nou Camp. Now you've flown all the way from Malta to watch this match.
Yeah, I mean, if you count the amount of times I've seen Tottenham play live, maybe this is number 15, so not bad to see them in Barcelona.
Absolutely.
It's my 15th match.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason I flew over. And when will we ever play here again? I mean, for another 10 years maybe, or unless we get them in the final.
But you're confident?
It'll be a good game. Win, lose or draw, it will be a great game.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And you'll hear Tottenham fans everywhere.
Oh, certainly
in
will.
There
are thousands of them.
In the Barcelona and in the away end,
Yeah.
You'll hear Tottenham fans tonight. I mean, it means a lot to us.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly.
On that note, come on you Spurs.
Now it's going this way, that way, you know what I mean, but it was really special for me scoring that goal against Arsenal, especially when Steve had said to me, we need to score against Pat. So, I love Pat, that's a brilliant guy, as you all know, and it was a great experience and goal for me to score, so that's probably my favourite. And only my favourite goal was against Arsenal too. It was a how his dream is coming true. We're gonna be behind all together like 4 men. We know we're gonna play a blind in the cup on Tottenham. Spurs are on their way to Wembley. Tottenham's gonna do it again. They can't stop them, the boys from Tottenham, the boys from White Hart Lane. Whoa! Spurs are on their way to Wembley. The Kings are claiming the throne. Everybody will see it.
So I'm with the legend Micky Hazard. Micky, Barcelona tomorrow.
Yeah, no, Barcelona, big game. Got to go weather the storm. I think if we weather the storm, keep the score 0-0 at 20 minutes, I think it's a game we're capable of winning. Great to see Harry and Eriksen rested, and we still would. So I'm very confident. We did it to me with Real Madrid. Why not Barcelona? They've been vulnerable at home this season. They've lost games. They look like they concede goals at the back, but you know they've got a little genius called Messi. Hopefully, I'll meet him tonight on the town, and I can do some damage to his arm.
Do you think they'll actually play a weekend team or not?
I think they might rest one or two players. I mean, if they do, I hope it's Messi, because he's like 3 players. So if they rest Messi, I think we've got a fantastic chance. I think if he plays, we've still got a good chance, but it makes it much more difficult. But I'd love to see them rest them.
Every Spurs fan I spoke to today seems really confident going for a Tottenham win.
I'm very confident, as I said, but we have to approach the game slightly different to how we approach the Arsenal game. I don't think we can go gung-ho early doors or play across the back early doors, because they're going to press us. And we have to expect that and then slightly change it and play in there off the first 20 minutes. Dampen the game, kill them off, kill the crowd down, get the crowd quieting down, and then start to play our football and assert our game on them. But it's tough, make no bones about it. This is a tough game and really tough for us to get through. But I've got a good feeling about this. I'm really looking forward to it. I've driven 15 hours from London, that's why my eyes are looking so tired. Pissed down the rain all day long on the journey as well. So I'm absolutely shattered. But here I am, and if Spurs do the business, believe me, we'll be celebrating long into the night tomorrow night. And the 15-hour drive home, I won't even know I'm doing it.
Micky, apart from this season, we've only ever played Barcelona competitively in the 80s. You were involved. What do you remember about it?
They were animals then. It wasn't like the Barcelona team of the last 15 years, who have played beautiful football. We would kick off the park from pillar to post in both legs. Should have won the game. We were much the better team. But a club like Barcelona trying to kick us off the park said all we need to know about our team. But ultimately, the sad thing is that they nicked the win, 1-0 I think it was, over 2 legs, which was a bit sickening, because I hate to see the animals win. We should have won that game, we didn't, and they will think that the way they went about their business was right because they won. But hey, I would never resort to that. Outthink, outmaneuver, outplay, outskill, outscore. That's the way to win games, that's the beautiful way, and that's the Tottenham way. So, and luckily Barcelona have adopted that motto now.
Tottenham have come into form recently, certainly against Leicester, Chelsea match. What prediction are you going with?
I'm going with a 2-1 win for Spurs. I think we'll score goals. It's just a matter of how many we can stop them scoring. If we stop them scoring, we'll win the game, because I think that they're vulnerable at the back, and it's been proven this season at home, and I think that we're best when we attack and go forward. So I think there's goals in this game. I think we'll score them, and I think it's important that we defend. I hope we put our best defence out tomorrow, because we need a clean sheet.
Micky, always a pleasure talking to you. Come on, Spurs. Thank you.
Come on.
Micky Hazard. Guys, have a great night in Barcelona. Stay safe, keep well. We'll see you all at Barcelona tomorrow in the Nou Camp. Let's do this! Let's do it! Come on!
So I'm with Alasdair Gold from Football.London. Alasdair, Barcelona tonight. How do you see it going?
Barcelona, eh? Well, it sounds like they're going to rest a few, which is going to be the best kind of chance for Spurs. Poch seems confident, you know, in the press conference last night. He certainly sounds like he's coming here to believing he can win. You know, he's been here with Espanyol and won. I think it was only his first league game as a manager. He knows how to do it. He knows how to win at the Camp Nou. And he's got, let's be honest, better players than he did at Espanyol. And likes of Kane Eriksson, a bit fresher than they would have been because of that little rest they got against Leicester. I think we'll still see Messi tonight, which is, I think is the one we maybe hoped was going to be rested. But I don't think we'll see Suarez. There's talk of PK and Busquets maybe being rested as well. I think Coutinho is going to come back in. But you know, why not? Just go for it. It's Tottenham. So there is to do and all that, isn't it?
When you were in the press conference last night, any other little bits of information you can give us?
Main one's Kyle Walker-Peters. The young man is going to start.
Definitely
starting. That's what he said. He said he was asked the question, Aurier Trippier out, who plays at right back? And he said the option is to play with Kyle Walker-Peters. Whereas the other day, when I asked him about it, it was a little bit more guarded, but he's gone full on. he's going to play. And I thought it was really interesting the timing of his new 5-year deal, Walker Peters, yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Essentially, it kind of tells me they want him as confident going into this game as possible. From everything I'm hearing, despite the fact that he hasn't really played him too much, he does rate him highly kind of for the long term for the Spurs, which is why, 5-year deal, most of those young players get like 3-year deals and things like that. So 5-year deal, it's a big kind of backing for the lad. And he has actually played in the Champions League before. He played in the Nicosia game at Wembley. I think he only came off the bench though. So to start your first Champions League match at the Camp Nou,
wow. Yeah.
So that was probably the main bit of news, I think. Other than that, just the usual team, I think. We know he's out injured. We know Lamella's back. I don't think he'll be fresh enough to start. I think he'll be on the bench. And, he scored against Barcelona last time out. So that's a hell of a player to have on the bench.
So what's your predicted lineup?
Right, well, what I've gone for, and I must stress, I can't entirely shake the nagging thought that he may play a back three to help protect Walker Peters. I've gone with Lloris in goal, Walker Peters, Alasdair Gold, and Rose, I think will probably come in terms of fresh legs. Dyer and the main man, Moussa Sissoko in the middle, the man in form. And then I've gone for kind of the trusted three of Eriksen, Ali and Son behind Kane. That's what I'm going to go for. Because I think he played a 4-2-3-1 at Wembley. So some people are saying it might be a 4-3-3, essentially, which becomes a 4-5-1 really. But I think he'll stick with the same formation. I think the main problem at Wembley was absolutely mucking it up in the first couple of minutes. Whereas I think maybe if they hadn't done that, it might have been a more solid game than the crazy open-ended match it ended up being.
Now, every Spurs fan I spoke to yesterday, everyone seems really confident. Everyone's going for a Tottenham win. From a journalist point of view, what do you and the other journalists think?
Oh man, I don't think there's.
Because I know you're a Spurs fan as well.
Yeah, I think many years of supporting Spurs, I don't think I could ever be optimistic going into a match like this. I think we just know how Tottenham can be in the first 10 minutes of games, essentially, as they can kind of shoot themselves in the foot right from the start. You never know. I think I had a similar feeling before at the Bernabeu last season, and obviously they played incredibly well. I think I had a similar feeling in Turin as well, and they played incredibly well. Yeah. But the difference is going at one extra step and actually winning the match, rather than getting the draws that they did. We'll see. Who knows? PSV might do us a favour. That's the other thing people are kind of discounting. We're all kind of expecting Inter Milan to steamroll a PSV, but they might not actually do it. Draw might be enough on the day. Although I've heard a few of the journalists going, it'd be typical Spurs if, PSV get the draw and then Spurs still lose or something, and it's like, ugh. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, though. Well, positive thinking. Lots of Spurs fans have travelled out here. The support should be amazing, shouldn't it, tonight? It should do. It should do. I haven't seen where the away section is, but I think I was told they're going to be shoved up pretty high. Yeah. But having seen Spurs fans all over the world and every place they go, they make so much noise wherever they put them. That's still one of my enduring memories of last year's campaign, is the Spurs fans at the Bernabeu after they were locked in for like half an hour afterwards. That was superb. The noise, the chants, every song. Poch walked over and they were just singing his name and he was clapping them. Yeah. It was amazing. And if they can reproduce that kind of thing tonight, it doesn't matter. I think there's going to be about 85,000 there tonight, which in 100,000 a seater, is still pretty impressive. But I still think the Spurs fans will be heard. Yeah. Hope so. So, prediction? Oh man, don't make me predict. I honestly, anyone knows my prediction. Spurs win, Spurs draw. Do you know what? I'll go to play it safe in a way, I'm going to go for a draw in both the games. And that's just been enough for Spurs to squeeze through. Yeah. Well, as long as we're through. I'll take that, exactly. I'll take that. Rather be going somewhere exciting in the last 16 than end up somewhere like Denmark or something like that in Europe. Yeah. Definitely. Alasdair, thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs. Thanks. So today it is match day in Barcelona, and just before the main game I am off now to the youth match, Barcelona under-19s v Tottenham under-19s. Come on, you Spurs. I Tottenham Hotspur. Sota les ordres de l'àrbitre, el senyor Antic Luca, els equips d'avui presenten les següents alineacions. Tottenham Hotspur, amb el número 1... Descansi en pau. In memory of Josep Luis Núñez, President
of FC Barcelona from 1978 to 2000. May he rest in peace.
So half time, Tottenham lead 1-0. So the youth team won 2-0 and now we are on to the main game. Come on you Spurs. Right, so we are just going into the ground. Dean, how far have we walked already?
It's got to be about 7 miles, I think, Chris.
And now we're still going uphill.
Oh,
it's a long way. It is a long way.
I'll stay go for it.
Yeah. Can't even see him.
We'll see.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, is where we are.
Above the glass, they've got line netting. Not wire, but netting.
So where we're going, boys?
Enjoy. He's enjoying this game. Enjoying Barca.
game is just about to kick off. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Tottenham win. Come on, you Spurs. So half time, 1-0 to Barcelona. So I'm with Steve Nash. Steve, Barcelona 1, Tottenham 1. What do you think of the game?
I thought Spurs bossed it. Obviously, it was a much more important game for Spurs, but they came into the Camp Nou and fantastic.
Who do you hope in the next round?
You say YouTube, but I mean, come on, you got to up your ante here, up your production value.
I've got your flash.
Who do I want in the next round? Well, I want to decompress a little bit after this, but you know, this is what it's all about: is your club playing in the later stages of the Champions League and playing against a fantastic big club, the continent, or even domestically. So, just excited to see the draw come out and happy for the boys. It feels like the continuity of Poch's vision is coming around here, and we're seeing this team kind of become hardened and winners, and so it's pretty prideful for all of us Spurs supporters.
So it looks like we're going to have Champions League football in our brand new stadium in the new year. Have you visited there? What do you think of it?
Well, I have not. I have no confidence that we'll have Champions League football in the new stadium.
Really?
I don't think that stadium will be done for a while, but either way, it's going to be fantastic when it's finished, and we'll be in the Champions League.
Are you confident that the trophies will come soon?
Yeah, I mean, I think people need to be realistic. Like, we don't spend the money, you know. So, like, being in the top 4 is our Champions League trophy. And I think it's a bit foolhardy for fans to be like, you know, yeah, of course you want to take the next step as a club, but we're not signing anyone. We're not signing anyone in January. So we just need to be happy with the progress we made and be really fortunate we have a manager that we do.
And what do you think of the fans tonight?
Fans were great, especially at the end, singing Pochettino.
Come on, you Spurs!
Steve, thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs.